They've been talking about this one for a while and they have rolled up to it in fantastic numbers.
Can EA learn a few things off PES after years of being a FIFA fan? I'm honestly now starting to have second thoughts. Let's find out. And welcome back, guys, to Leo Gaming. Hope everyone's doing all right. Today's video is sort of more of a wake-up call, really. Now, I've been a FIFA fan for absolutely years, since 1996, and recently, after Game Pass, I downloaded PES 21, the season update. And oh my god, I always play. See, the last time I played PES was back in 2018, PES 2018, and I always played it. I had played it in the actual gameplay, but I normally play in coach mode. I always use PES as like a manager mode because it just reminds me of the old LMA manager, and it just feels like a good manager sim. So I thought I'd download PES 22, see what the see how much better it's got, and use it as manager mode. And oh my god, the gameplay, the realism. This is like, to me, this is almost like ultra realism. I never understand why EA claim that FIFA is a realistic simulation, because it ain't. I mean, the movement of the players, you only have to look at the video and just the fluidity of the players' movement, the way they kick the ball, the way they run, the way they bounce off each other, the realism. It's almost ultra realistic. If you took away that HUD that you're seeing right now, you would mistake that for a real game. Yet EA will claim that they're a football simulation. They've just got the licensing. That's all that is. They've just got the licensing. EA haven't got the FIFA players are juddery. And the funny thing is, even my old man's 68. Now, for a 68-year-old, he came in one day and he looked at PES and he thought that was a real game. Now, FIFA, off his own back, he's 68, remember, off his own back, he watched me playing FIFA one day, and I said, "Oh, what do you think of the good graphics on this, Dad?" Straight away, "Oh, still looks like computer figures. It's still like digital computer figures. They're all juddery," were the words he used, in their movements, which they are. The FIFA animations are juddery. They don't look realistic. The way they kick the ball. I mean, so many times I've been playing FIFA 21 as well, and so many times on the Series X as well. The clipping of the players' animations when they're trying to shoot the ball, it even shows it on the replays. They kick the ball in unrealistic ways. Yeah, on PES, they don't do that. They don't do that at all. Yes, PES, it's a bit slower. I mean, FIFA should be classed as an arcade game, really, because there ain't no realism in the FIFA game, apart from the presentation and the licensing. PES, do you know what? I've said this before in my FIFA 20 rant. I said that I would love if PES had all the licensing. They just need all the licensing. If they had all the licensing, they would win hands down in terms of realism and football simulation. They really would. Like I say, I've been playing PES 21 again, and including, obviously, do not include My Club or FIFA Ultimate Team. I don't play Ultimate Team and I don't play My Club. I can't stand their modes. So I'm talking about Career Mode and Master League. I mean, even look, Master League, even the menu layout on PES 21 is better. FIFA haven't updated their menu layout, which to me is almost like it's designed for a fucking 9-year-old. They haven't updated their menu layout in years. Every time I see that menu layout, it just, that's the feeling I get. The whole menu system. PES, this looks professional, clean, and it just looks far better. And just everything you can do. Yes, you don't get cutscenes on PES for the contract negotiations and transfers and stuff like that. But even at the start of Master League, you get this really engrossing cinematic where you're meeting with the chairman, sitting down, and then you actually talk to the chairman to discuss objectives for the league, for your team. You don't get that in FIFA. FIFA, you get these shitty cinematics that are just a load of rubbish. It's like they've chucked a few cinematics into career mode and said, "Oh, there you go." It's like, no. It's got to be engrossing. It's got to be engrossing. PES, I get engrossed because of the depth of Master League. The fact that you have a Hall of Fame for your players. You can select favourite players and they go into the Hall of Fame. You get award ceremonies. You know, you get testimonial matches. You don't get that in FIFA. Yet FIFA have got all the fucking licensing. It's ridiculous. But it's true what they say, though. Greedy companies like EA, I'm not saying Konami is not greedy, but what I'm saying is because of the success, the guaranteed success they know they're going to have with Ultimate Team, where you get all these, 10 to 20-year-olds all ploughing dollar into Ultimate Team, they know their revenue is going to be high, so they don't need to. Yet PES doesn't have the licensing, it doesn't have that money coming in. So they know they've got to do better. They know they've got to improve. And one day, that is going to bite EA in the arse. I can guarantee it. Maybe not in the next sort of 5 years, but it will. It will, unless they drastically improve career mode. I mean, even this, look at the statistics you get on Master League. Look, the stats, the passing rates, percentages, successful attempted, tackles won for each player, aerial battles won. You don't get that in FIFA whatsoever. Nothing. And it's just like the engrossing, I with Master League, I start off with the made-up players because I like starting at the bottoms, League 2, and sort of working out which of my players are good. Because like I say, I treat it as a manager, a sort of manager sim. It just brings back memories of LMA. I'm holding on to LMA Manager. Do you know what I tweeted? I did a Twitter post on hashtag Codemasters in it. I went, please bring back LMA. They haven't reacted to it, which obviously I would expect. But yeah, I mean, just everything about this. Obviously, there are some. I'm not saying PES is perfect because it isn't. There are some things. It's just there are a lot of things that are actually still wrong with it. Like the commentary, for example. I mean, that is an absolute abysmal. If I have to hear once more the line, the game has been flowing one way, but still there's time for some ebb. One more time, I'm going to throw the controller at the screen. Yes, that saying I even heard twice in one match. Been flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a good analogy. But to say it every single game, mate, you're getting boring. It's old. I mean, PES needs to really liven up the commentary a bit. The commentary is absolutely dull as anything. It really is. And they haven't changed it for years. That's one thing they could liven up. And also the amounts. They need to get with the times with the amounts. I mean, these footballers in PES are being paid, £1,200 a week. It's like, come on, at least I don't understand that. Why can't they put the actual figures in? Right, or at least close to, not the exact amounts, but why can't they put at least close to what the actual figures are in real life? See, there are a lot of things wrong with PES, but in terms of sheer gameplay and immersiveness on Master League, it's fantastic. The realism of the gameplay is absolutely fantastic. Just, I still find the actual players look a bit funny, but if they had the licensing and they were able to do the player scans, they would do so much better with it, personally. I do think they did a bit of a piss poor job with the Champions League license, but the problem is it's one of those situations, isn't it? If you've only got the Champions League license, but you haven't got the license for every team within it, it's very difficult to do anything with it, I would imagine. And this is why I don't understand why does either FIFA or PES have to have the license? Why can't they just both have the licenses? Because then that makes it an even playing field. Then you will truly see, if they both have all the licenses, you will truly see who is the better maker of a football game. And I personally think PES will come out on top. I don't know. It's just there's so many things wrong with FIFA, and I haven't, like I say, I haven't played PES since 2018. I did like it back then, but just I'm really looking forward to PES 22 now. I really am, especially that they've missed a year, so they've had more time to work on it. And I'm really, really excited for PES 22. And I think EA really could learn a thing or two about Master League and incorporate some of it into FIFA and improve the gameplay itself massively. And not just, the problem is, I think since Ultimate Team came about, EA have just turned it into an arcade. It's too quick. Real life football ain't that quick. You know, PES have actually got the pacing right. In terms of FIFA's just too quick. I have to slow the speed down. It's too quick for me. Not in terms of I can't keep up. In terms of it's not realistic. I want realism. FIFA just doesn't have realism, bar the licensing and the stadiums. That is it. And the presentations, shall I say. FIFA do cinematics a lot better in terms of around the game itself. That's another thing. PES need to improve cinematics in terms of around the game itself. I mean, if you have to see the same player walk exactly the same way in exactly the same line, coming off at half time and full time every single game, you know, it starts to get a bit. And they all walk with their toes pointing inwards, or it looks like their toes are pointing inwards. It's like they do need to get a few things right, like I've said. But I think I'm going to stick with PES 22 this year. I'll have a look at FIFA 22, see what improvements they have made. But I think PES 22 is going to be my go-to game. And, you know, sorry FIFA, but EA, you're just doing a crap job. You always have done. You've been doing a crap job on FIFA for years, and all those leaked documents about all you want to do is push everybody around the team. I'm not interested. You're going to lose a lot of fans from that. And stop trying to backtrack EA, because you know that's what you want. You even advertise Ultimate Team in career mode on the hoardings going across the pitch. It's ridiculous. Oh God, it needs to change. It really does. I mean, even in terms of tactics, guys, I mean, the tactical system and the way you can use your tactics within PES is absolutely fantastic. And you can see the effect it has on the game and the difference in your players and the way they play and the movement. FIFA, they've got tactics, but you don't see a difference because it's too arcadey. That's the problem. FIFA are trying to make out the tactics work. They don't. I've tested it numerous times to see how the gameplay actually changes. It doesn't change because it's too arcade, it's too quick, too fast paced. That's the problem with FIFA. They've just literally stuck that in there as like a cosmetic. You know, give players that false sense of control over their team. There's no control in FIFA. You don't control the tactics. It's a cosmetic. But guys, that is what I want. I want EA to either learn from PES or PES to grab all the licensing. Anyway, guys, that is the end of my wake-up call / rant. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my content, check out my other videos. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you do like my content, check out my previous video, Retro Tuesday, on the classic Doom from 1993. Love and peace. See you later.